Hi there, it's the Dutchman's Foremost and welcome to episode number 7 of Let's Build a Wellness Center in The Sims 4. So today I'm continuing working on the Wellness Center and I'll be working on the interior and just mainly the first floor, the lobby area, and just some actual wellness parts as well, which in my opinion really turned out to look cool. So I'm very excited to talk about that and let you know what I thought and what I did and what the reason was that I did certain things, because that's most likely what you're watching these Let's Builds for, of course. Because I haven't actually done very many Let's Builds recently. I already mentioned in the previous episode what the reason for that was, because simply I didn't actually have the file to continue working on this series, and then also I didn't have much time, and I had another Let's Build series, but it was just confusing. But today I'm continuing working on the Let's Build again, and that's good, I guess, even though the last episode wasn't that long. Like I believe episode 6, I've uploaded that one a couple of days before, but before this one. But before then, it really took a long time before I uploaded another Let's Build. But what I tried with this Let's Build, or with this wellness center, to sort of create was calmness. Of course, you go to a wellness center because you want to relax, you want to be yourself, you want to be calm. And that's what I tried, adding very many wooden tones just to keep it warm, because warmth makes you calm, sort of, or at least often when you look at wellness centers, as far as I know, they are like very wooden, they look wooden, and they just look very warm. So that's what I tried to create with this one as well, but at the same time I wanted it to be modern. But combining modern and warmth is sort of hard, so it was sort of a challenge. But I think in the end it really is starting to look cool so far, for what I've built so far, and that's literally the entire first level of the main building, sort of, because of course there are a couple of buildings which are connected and everything, but which are sort of separate buildings, and I haven't built those yet. That will happen in like the next episode, or maybe even the last episode, I think. So to create that effect, I also added very many candles. I used to never add candles to any of my Sims builds, simply because I thought they didn't really look good. But the lighting that comes from like the candles is really good, and I just think the lighting is very beautiful when you add candles. And the reason I think lighting is so important is because that's very important to create warmth. Normally I just add like those very bright spotlights, sort of, to see what everything looks like, but that doesn't create warmth. And for this wellness center, of course, that's very important. So I didn't actually do that the way I would normally do it. And also that's the reason why I'm building this in the dark most of the time, because in that way I'm actually seeing very well what is working out when it comes to lighting and what isn't. And normally when, like, in the daylight, everything is lit up and it's very hard to see whether you did the lighting plan, whether you did that correct. But I think so far it's working out pretty fine. And there are very many lights in The Sims 4 to choose from, so very good ones as well. So that helps a lot, and they just look good and modern most often. So that's just cool. And here I added like those poofs, and I added them under the bar, or under the entrance desk, which I thought was sort of a cool idea. I really like that. Here I closed off one of the rooms on top, and that really made the lighting much better, because for some reason the game thought that this was outside, even though it is obviously inside. But that made the lighting much harder to get right. So I'm happy that I just tried some things, which is my tip for you as well. Just if something doesn't really work out, especially with lighting, just try some things. Try to close off the rooms, because in that way, often you do actually manage to get it done, especially with like what I just had, multi-level open areas, split leveling. If you've got that, you really have to just try out several things, because otherwise it might just not look that good. Here I'm adding saunas, which I think for some reason this is a really cool part of the build, because I didn't actually intend this to be a place for saunas, but it just worked out very well, because saunas are pretty big objects. Obviously they're 3x4 like tiles, and that's pretty big. But yeah, I do really have to add them in this wellness center, of course, because many people actually go to a wellness center for the sauna. So I added them there, and of course you want to have several saunas, and in this way it seems to be like it's not just one sauna, well, it's only two, but still it's more than one, so it's clear that it's not a house, it's actually just really commercial, but still it looks good, and I really liked what I did with the window and those new things which came with City Living. I don't really know what to define them as, because I think they're sort of like shutters, vertical shutters sort of. I added those in front of the windows, and that really turned out to look pretty cool. Here I'm working on the shape, so here I'm working in daylight again just to get everything done and see like it a little bit better, whether the colors I chose are like correct and stuff. But then later on I'll start working in the dark again, and here I'm adding another pool, because I actually mentioned that in the previous episode already, because I said that there are very many pools in the wellness center already, more than 3, and now I've actually added another one, because you need an indoor pool as well, of course, in like a wellness center like this one, and of course 2 hot tubs, because that's just really relaxing as well, just to be in the hot tub with some bubbles. That's just relaxing. So I added that, and just I tried to connect them in some way, making it look good, making it look sort of zen. Well, not really zen, but just making it look good by just adding some towels on there, making it look realistic and sort of inviting to come into the hot tub or into the pool, or just generally into this wellness center. So there we've got the towels, and then also I added a shower area. I thought it would be sort of realistic for a wellness center to have a separate, like, sort of luxurious shower area. So I'm adding that later on. Yeah, it was only until I started working on the interior that I realized that it was sort of hard to create the interior, because I didn't really know what to add and whether there were actually enough items. But adding these showers and adding an interior pool and stuff is actually just a cool idea, or a cool way to fill this up. And by the way, this is the last episode which I've sort of pre-recorded, so let me know any suggestions for the interior of the wellness center, because I think I will be able to take your suggestions into consideration, because by the time this one is up, I will most likely not have recorded episode 8 yet, but I had recorded this episode already when I uploaded the other one, which means that I wasn't able to put your suggestions into this build right now. I hope that's all clear, because it's very confusing, but I guess you'll understand, you're smart. But here we've got like 3, again, just a couple of them, because I always find it very hard to make a commercial building look sort of like a commercial building and not just like a house, especially with something like this, which is, well, more homely because of the wood, and because you sort of want to have a homely feel in a wellness center, or at least that's what I thought would fit. So therefore it's hard to make it look like a commercial building, because otherwise it's just too homely, in my opinion, to sort of fit the style. But by adding like a couple of the same things, so adding separate, no one has 3 showers next to each other in one house. You can have several showers in one house, but not next to each other, most likely. So it's sort of a mass production, just like I did with the sauna. I hope it's clear, maybe it's not, but that's often what I try to do when I create commercial buildings, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And here I try to add like a waterfall thingy somewhere in the pool, because I thought that would be like really cool. In the end, I just added that small one in the back, which still looked pretty cool. And what did I do next? I actually don't remember. I think I'm just adding some paintings around there, and then I'm working on the second floor already. But in the next episode, I think there will be 2 more episodes, or maybe only one. That might, I'm not too sure yet. It really depends on how much time it will take to record the next part of the build, because there is still quite a lot I have to do. But at the same time, this was quite a big part already as well, and I'm building that in just 1 episode, so I guess I should be fine for the next one too. But let me know what you think of this Let Build forum, in which I just talk after I've built it, because I personally think that for me this is the best way to do it, because simply English is not my main language or my first language, so therefore it is still harder to speak in this language, especially if you're doing something different at the same time, because your focus is just not on one of the two, which means that the commentary will be worse and also the building will be worse, because I really noticed that I wasn't able to put as much effort or as much detail and stuff in the builds which I created in Let's Build while I was talking or while I was speaking. So I decided to just change this up, and in my opinion it's pretty cool and it's like a good way and it works out. But let me know what you think, because of course you're the one who has to watch the video. So yeah, I'm always just very open for suggestions, because in the end you're the person watching it, so I just want to know what you want, sort of. So yeah, here I'm watching, or not watching, I'm creating the second level. This is another sort of lobby area. I added a piano here. I just imagined, you know, someone sitting there playing some jazz music, maybe something relaxed like that. And some people sitting around that, maybe waiting for their massage or something else, just coming there to read a book or a magazine, something like that, just to relax, because in the end that's sort of what a wellness center is like as well, in my opinion. I've actually never really been to a wellness center yet, and still I am building one, which is sort of strange, so I hope I get everything right. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, you've got to go there to relax, and relax in any way you would like to, and listening to music, especially live music, is of course pretty relaxing, even though it does really depend on the music you listen to. But when you only have a piano, it can't be like really hard rock or metal or punk or whatever. So yeah, I don't think we have to be afraid about that. I really struggled choosing these paintings, because yeah, I really like the color scheme I had going on in the wellness center so far, and then I added this and I was like, this doesn't look good. So in the end I went for this more neutral thing than all the flowers, which I really like those paintings to add in like a girl's bedroom or something, but not really to add in this area, because this area was just sort of too colorful. But yeah, this is the end of the, what was it, 7th episode of the Wellness Center Let's Build. Let me know what you thought of it. Don't forget that you can actually leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to my channel. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you back later.